Friday. I have today off. So I am actually looking up directions to this school because I don't know if you can tell by the angle of the camera. There is a lot of fruit behind me. Taking it for a donation. So today is going to be a very interesting and fun day. Brandon's in town! Yay! So he is in town. He's visiting for a couple of days. And today is our day to hang out. So I am off to deliver this donation. And then he and I are going to meet up. I'm not totally sure what we're going to be doing. I know there's a meal involved at some point. My hope is, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, that he's willing to get on camera and talk with us. I think he's going to do it because Brandon and I met years ago in college and we were both journalism majors. So I feel like he's going to be cool with this, but we'll have to wait and see. Because I will never pressure anybody to be in these vlogs or do anything they don't want to do just for the views, as the famous YouTubers say it. Somebody was telling me the other day, they're like, you're starting to learn the lingo. I was like, I know, isn't it great? It's so much fun. But seriously, guys, I know that I only have a few people watching these right now, but those of you guys that are watching that have subscribed already, thank you so much. This is truly a passion. I've said it more than once. I do want to thank you guys that have been watching and supporting me as I've started this YouTube journey along with the Get Healthy journey. It's been a lot, and you guys don't know how much I appreciate it. Look, we're here together! Yay! This is Brandon. How long have we known each other?
17 years.
Ah!
17.
Has it really been 17?
Almost, actually. Almost 17. I mean, if you want to do the math, almost 17 years.
We met in college, and it was good times.
It was eventful. It was never boring, that's for a fact.
We were radio stars. We did a show together. We did the morning show at the radio station.
Did a little bit of everything.
We did do a little bit of everything. We had good times. So we met in college.
Yes.
We did the show together. We did the radio show together. We had a very awkward date. Is that what you would have called it?
You might as well. I don't know how else you would otherwise qualify that. Let's just say that Titanic was still very popular at that point. That's how far it goes back.
Listen. Let's just set this up here. So we at our college, they would bring in Broadway plays. And they brought Rent. And I asked him if he wanted to go with me because we had just met. It was like his birthday.
It was my birthday.
It was your birthday. It was your birthday that day. So we ended up going to Fazoli's to eat, and then we went to the play. And I'm looking through the play bill, and we come across the play Titanic. Okay, I mentioned I've never seen that before. So in my mind, because I'm looking at the play bill in the play, my brain goes, I've never seen the play before, but this one thinks I've never seen the movie before.
Because I was completely obtuse at that point, I guess.
So he's like, well, let's watch it. I'll bring it over. We'll watch it at your place. And I'm like, a cute guy wants to come to my dorm room and watch a movie with me? Yeah, let's do it.
And let's just say that I'm not a particularly bold person, so for me, this was completely out of character, for sure.
I was so proud of us. It was so weird for both of us.
But it was an establishing moment, and we've built everything off of that since then.
We really have. We really figured out very quickly, like, I love this guy with all my heart and soul.
Same.
Yeah, he loves himself with all his heart and soul. No, I do. We do. We love each other, but we sincerely figured out very quickly that we are best friends. We are brother and sister. We really are.
And I'm an only child, so you are basically the only real sister I've ever had.
Exactly, and I'm an only child as well. So like that, we kind of filled that role for each other. As much as I think there are people in our lives that think, one, that we did date, or two, want us to date,
or get married,
We'll leave that out. It's not for us. We kill each other.
Right. I mean, we are great in small doses.
But no, we figured out pretty quickly that we were best friends. That's all we were meant to be. We were meant to be brother and sister. We were never meant to date because I'd murder him and he'd murder me. Like that, we've established. Like we're cool with that.
And I really don't want to go to jail, so I'm good with living here in the outside world.
I feel like I don't. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. Maybe I'm not remembering something correctly, but I feel like we actually did try to date, sort of, kind of, and it did not work.
No, this was. I mean, it became evident. It was blatantly obvious, and we tried to push through a little bit.
Nah.
But it became so painfully clear that we are best going our separate ways in that sense. But I wouldn't trade you for anything in the world.
I wouldn't trade you either, but there's zero romance. Like, there's no romantic, like, I have no attraction in that respect.
Right. Which makes it easier for me because, you know, I'm the kind of guy, I'd like to know one way or the other. This whole, like, indecisive, wishy-washy, will they, won't they?
Exactly.
That's not me.
No, that's like a, what is those, like, comedy drama series? Will they get together? Will they not get together? Stay tuned next week.
Our show would have been canceled after 3 episodes.
Exactly. It couldn't even make it that long. We may not have made it out of the pilot.
We could have made 3 episodes, I think.
Oh, we could have made 3 episodes among all the times that we skipped class to go on car rides.
Oh, epic car rides that we would take. Now, granted, remember, this is back in the early 2000s, so we're talking about gas prices. Not super cheap, but definitely a lot cheaper than they are now.
Exactly.
We sometimes really didn't like going to class. Sometimes we didn't like going to bed early.
Which, let me just point something out. We were stupid in the respect that our instructor, like, I got called out on this. Our instructor would listen to us driving into work, and then we would skip her class when literally the classroom was right at the floor above the radio station. We were just stupid, but we just didn't go.
But college, that's the opportunity to get all of the stupid out of you. But did we though?
No. But we had fun. We were kids.
Yes, and really, like, do the kids these days, do they have that much fun? Or are they just doing, or because they're just all about their phones. They're all just about looking down at their screen and just like, they don't look up. How, you know, chiropractors are going to be in hot demand in the next generation or so. Because the kids are going to need, like, network.
You know what? Actually, and in all seriousness, seriously, that's probably true. Or at least eye doctors.
Yeah.
Because they're staring at their screens for so long. You're in the car. I can ask you you guys know I'm a squirrel. Like, we've accepted that. I asked them a question a few videos ago, and I want to ask you this because obviously on the Get Healthy journey, that's what this whole thing is about. But he's joining me today, and I'm sorry, when we are together, like, you can't get a breath in. Sorry.
Everything goes.
Exactly. I posed a question to everybody the other day. We are obviously a very heavy-set nation.
And we come from a very heavy-set state.
We really do. Let's just say in the country, all fast food restaurants can stay open. Every single fast food restaurant can stay open, but they all have to close their drive-thrus. Would we be healthier? If people actually had to make the effort to get out of their cars to go in and get the bad stuff, would we be healthier? Because people would just say, no, forget it, and just go on home.
Possibly, but only because I'm pretty sure even if they close the drive-thrus, they're not actually going to expand the parking lot itself. Mm-hmm. So when people see that the parking lots are just absolutely crowded, I know that would turn me off. I wouldn't necessarily mind going in, but I'm definitely not going to park on the street or down a block or two away just to go in and get a Big Mac.
Exactly. So that was my question. Because I think they would. I think that at least a little bit it would decrease because...
Of course it would decrease a little bit.
Yeah, because people are lazy. That's why they go through drive-thrus. You could very easily go in, but people don't want to get out of their cars.
Rarely, if ever. I mean, okay. Here's a good point. I was called out on that a couple weeks ago back home. I went through a drive-thru, but because it was 30 degrees, it was freezing cold wind because I don't live in Florida. There was a woman who was standing outside because it was one of those crowded restaurants with the drive-thru, and she was actually taking the orders in person outside. And she said, "Why are you getting in this line? Don't you see that there's an empty parking lot?" And the parking lot was empty. But I said, "It's 30 degrees, ma'am. I'm not going out of this car if I don't absolutely have to." I'm already cold talking to you. I didn't say that, but I thought it. But I did not. I did not get out of that drive-through line, and had there not been a drive-through line, I would have just gone straight home.
So I wonder if it would go on a state-by-state basis, because, you know, here in Florida, it stays warmer for a longer periods of the year. So, you know,
And how?
yeah, like, would people be more willing to get out of their cars if it was warmer? So would the weight decrease for people that maybe live up north where it stays cold?
Possibly. I don't know. I think that's a. Are you going to fund this survey? Are you going to fund this study?
Well, I'm
kind of curious.
It's
I want to see this. I want to see this taken to its natural conclusion. We are so old.
We really are. We're not, though.
We are not. We are in our prime. What?
Really? This is our prime?
Hey, I'm having the time of my life.
I'm having a good time too, but it's like, oh, okay. Wow. It could be. I feel like there's so much more that we have left to see and do.
Well, life expectancy being what it is in this world these days, I still think we've got a little bit of tread left on the tires.
I don't think we've hit our halfway mark yet.
But longer.
I think we'll live past 70.
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic, yeah.
I think we'll live past 70. I mean, if nothing else, I've had a great time so far.
Well, all the stories that she will never share with you, she has had an excellent time.
I have, haven't I?
You really have.
You guys know this. I've said this. I find happiness wherever I go. I find happiness in friends and just try to...
And you know what? There was a time that she didn't believe me when I said that. She did not believe when I told her that no matter where she goes, she can make an army of friends in a heartbeat. It is a lot easier for you than it ever has been for me. So I thank you for that. You're an inspiration. And I mean that sincerely, too.
Do you really?
I do. Yes, I do.
I never knew you felt that way.
Yes, I do.
I don't know. I like to bring good people into my space, but I'll tell you something I've struggled with. To get a little serious here, I've had trouble realizing that there's people that I bring into my space, into my world or whatever, that truly don't need to be there, and figuring out how to take them out.
Well, it's a law of large numbers sort of deal, okay? I mean, at some point, it's inevitable to happen, because you're not like the crazy cat lady that takes in a whole bunch of cats, but you do have a lot of friends, and, you know, just like anything in life, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
But it's hard to make the people that I know that are toxic to get them out. And that's really hard for me, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Well, I mean, but sometimes, and this is true, anymore, and it's going to sound completely selfish, but anymore, you've really got to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. So if you're not in your best shape, if you're not in your best frame of mind and the like, then you're not doing anybody any other good.
Well, and I think for you guys, I think that's the whole reason that I started this journey in the first place, because 2018 has been kind of like a whole, I don't want to say rebuilding year. I can't figure out what the word is. It's not rebuilding year, but it's something new and just...
Refresh?
Almost like a reset of this year. That's why I'm going through the healthy changes. That's why I made the vision board. There's so many things that I've done that are starting to happen and come true that I'm like, okay, I've been wanting to make these changes. You guys, perfect example.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring all that out.
And thank you for this, because she's got a pep in her step that I haven't seen for a while. So you guys have really helped out with that. I'm not lying here. Plus the blonde hair too.
Plus the blonde hair.
Plus the blonde hair
This
too.
is new.
She's not a natural blonde.
No, the roots don't give it away at all. We had to make a little stop.
You know, it wasn't technical difficulties because we willed it to not be technical difficulties.
But you guys needed a glow up. So you got a new battery. Yay!
Yes, she is coming up in the world. She is getting herself ready for, you know, multi-part episodes, and like, I don't know what else is going to come from you, but boy, are you building up an empire for sure.
Well, and that's my question too, you know, and this is a question to everybody that I've put out there numerous times. You know, do you like the content? Do you not like the content? Should I be doing more? vlog styles instead of the whole get healthy thing? Should I, what should I be doing on this channel?
Well, I like a mix, okay? You can be passionate about a particular project, of course. I mean, that's the hook. That's what gets the people in. But every now and then, you gotta mix it up. You gotta diversify. And sometimes people just need to know what's going on in your life.
All right.
Now, some people, admittedly, have got a lot more going on in their lives. They could talk about it all the time. But me, for example, you wanted to hear about my life all the time? Eventually, I'm going to settle into, well, what's the deal with airplane peanuts? And I cannot sustain that for very long. But so you do your health thing. Every now and then, you just riff like this. I think we've got ourselves a nice mix, and I think the people are going to love the refreshing change of pace.
There we go. There it came from his mouth. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I have to take him back and drop him off, but thank you for spending the day with me.
It's never enough. It is absolutely never enough. Come visit me. We will do it some more.
But there's snow there.
There's not snow all the time, though. It's actually quite beautiful this time of year.
Okay.
She will come visit me.
I do love him, but it's cold there. But
It's very cold. It's not Florida. But this was fun, though. I am glad that you've had this little adventure.
I have. Thank you for introducing yourself to my people.
And I'm glad that the people were able to tolerate me for this very short amount of time.
We did. We tolerated you.
Wow. I don't know what I'm pointing to, but click here for something because...
You click there to subscribe.
Oh, is it subscribing?
It's subscribing.
Okay, well, I know what I'll be doing here shortly.
Oh, wait, you weren't already? Rude! We're gonna go talk about that now. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye! No, I look cute. I do. So are you gonna let... Time out. Seriously? I am not going to say it again. But people down here can't drive! Can't drive! None of them can drive. And there's no polite drivers. None! How is that possible that nobody down here is polite and will let people in? Alright. Rant over. Done. And by the way, I don't have a freaking clue where I'm going. I have no idea where I am right now.
Just keep driving. You'll be fine. There's a 275 and a 4 sign.
I like that. I like interstates are good. Is this where I turn?
Yes.
I think it is. Hold on.
You're going to have so much material here. It's going to be fun.
I'm going to have a whole video. It's fine.
You're going to have so much. You might have to break this into 2 parts, really.
Oh my God. That'd be hilarious.
Your first 2-parter.
No, I've never seen you without your shirt on. Ever. Well, we've never even been to a pool.
You want to change that?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. That was so funny.
But you know what? She's going to tell it like it is every single time.
God, we have got to get over ourselves. I love it.
Well, I'm just saying, I want them to be honest. I want them... Honesty. Honesty. We all thrive with honesty.
We do. But that's mean.
It is mean. It's absolutely
mean. No.
But there's no learning without truth.
That's so... No. No. I'm just like, lie to me. Lie to me. Do I want to know why you know that?
I'm filled with useless information. Have we met? Seriously?
Yes, we have.
And then one day, just like the ex-girlfriend you are...
Rude!
You took it from me. Just like you took my heart.
Oh my God! Brandon, you're so full of right now. I love you, but that was like... What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? It's not shade, but what's the... Drag! You just drug me! Ah! There you guys go.
And I'm not being paid for this. In fact, I've paid for almost everything today. Except not for this battery. She bought the battery. I thought about gifting it to her, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do something down the road.
What have you bought besides lunch?
Today?
For me.
Well, you didn't buy it, but you stole my heart.
You're so full of but I love it. Keep it coming.
What is this guy doing?
They don't know what they're doing. The people down here don't know how to drive. Is what's happening. Oh.